Tia started working with Vincent Dance Theatre in a production in 2020 called In Loco Parentis, a show that was based on testimonies from care-experienced young people and from adoptive and foster caring parents.
In Loco Parentis, I was 11. I think Charlotte chose me because it was a piece about care, and I've been through the care system, and I feel like it was like I could really tune into that, and it was kind of like I could show my story through this piece of work. I got lifted a lot by Rob. I got lifted up against the wall and in the party scene. I also got to do some speaking.
Why am I here? Why am I not there? Is it my fault? Did I do something wrong?
And then there was a hiatus as we all went into lockdown, and then she came back for Hold Tight. And I wanted to sort of revisit the relationship with Tia. So invited her again to come and make this play production. I'm really proud of Tia for coming back and really attacking the work.
I remember you said it was like my eyes were closed and I was like following the cave.
Following the...
Like I was like feeling a little cave.
Keep going then. So what happens now? Yeah. So it speeds up a bit there, right?
Yeah.
Little injection of energy, yeah.
Well, this is her third production with the company, and so there's a familiarity with how she goes about working with Charlotte and working within kind of VDT. I think that was very kind of clear, you know, that she arrived with that kind of knowledge.
Fingers, eyes, looking at what you've written, and then go into the movement material, yeah? So always remember baby fingers. So it's never just flat, it's just feeling for the space, and connect your hand to your eyes, yeah? So if your hand goes up, take your eyes and just really think, these are my memories, this is my life, yeah? It's not abstract.
She has grown as a person over that time, and I think there's a sense of that as well in her performance. She's not the 11-year-old that arrived, you know, kind of 5 years ago.
Did we rehearse this yet?
Yeah.
Look,
Yes.
hang on, rewind. So look at each other when she comes on, because this has all been quite private and really beautiful and quite calm and slow, and injections of memories, not only of the show but also of your life story, really. So then you're going to pull this maternal figure back in, okay? So here we go. Yep, good.
You know, she's
So here, freeze there.
a young adult, and she looks at the world differently, and she's growing up, and she's doing that within a kind of relationship to VDT's work, which is really interesting.
I think there's a very big difference between other dance work I do and Vincent Dance Theatre, but with Vincent Dance Theatre it's more like one storyline, and it's not just all to do with dance. Like we use stuff like chairs and like running around, and there's also like some pieces which are very slow and like meaningful, and there's a lot of acting and using your face. I really enjoyed working with Aurora. I think we have a really good working relationship. In the first show she was like set as kind of like a mother figure to me. I think I've learned a lot more about grounding myself and keeping my centre low from her. And I've learned some very like important
Open your arms.
Vincent Dance Theatre skills from watching her and performing with her.
Yes. Push. Nice.
I've worked a lot with Aurora on giving and receiving partnership work, and that's been very interesting because we have to kind of take each other's weight and like rely on each other, not just ourselves. We have to really be like a pair.
Okay, good. Come back. You're still feeling the wall, so it's a little bit more staccato, okay, with the hands. And good. Keep going, keep going. Nice, Tia. Good. Grounding. Yep. Lovely. Keep going.
I feel like when I'm in a room rehearsing, there's multiple things. It's like I get very overwhelmed sometimes just because there's like a lot of things in the space and it's just like a bit cluttered sometimes. But when it's kind of like on the stage, it's like organised clutter in a way. And also in a rehearsal room, it's like 4 walls think it's like falls, and I feel a bit like almost claustrophobic. Whether like in a big space, I feel quite free.
Somehow you can't judge how much she will step up, but when the show is happening, she is stepping up really like into the level of performance, and she's really doing everything to 100%.
I love being on stage. It's like very warm. It's like this is my place. This is where I like being. And I feel like before we make the show as we go. So it's like we don't actually really know what we're doing, and I have some anxieties with it, and I just get a bit stressed out and a bit overwhelmed sometimes. But then when we know what we're doing and we're on the stage and we're running it, it's like I know what I'm doing. I'll just go over it and over it and over it, and there's not like any, oh, this is going to change, that's going to change. No, like it's set. I feel like I definitely do like transform into like a different performer. I feel like I shine on stage a lot more than in the rehearsal rooms.
Like I was so surprised when we had a duet in play where we restaged in loco parentis, and during the rehearsals I really couldn't see much of facial expression, and when we did it in the show I said, oh my God, the eyes are saying something. She is furious in this moment, and I could actually read her face, and it surprised me. Like, oh, she's on it. She's on it. She's got the punch. She's pulling me. She's really pulled me in the duet. I was like, okay, great. I've got a partner.
Once the show is set, I feel like I really transform into like a different person and like really shine through with the choreography, because it's like I can just focus on that. I do find the process quite overwhelming sometimes, although I do enjoy it. I will admit I find it overwhelming. But like the minute we step on that stage, it's like I know that I'm meant to be here.